Hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself on the show this evening. It's Jaffa, and a late substitute who's jumped into the show, the one and only Albert. Evening, gentlemen.
Evening, Jaffa. Evening, Ox. How you all doing?
Evening, lads. How you doing? Looking forward to a great show tonight.
Well, I'm glad you're back with us, Jaffa. Good to hear from you.
Cheers, mate. Good to hear you too.
You keeping all better?
Smashing, mate. Still warming up because I'm a sub. I've got to get warmed up right at this age, but I'll be ready in a minute.
All right, mate. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. As long as you get stuck in. Right, I thought it was good when we met tonight. Everybody fist pumping and hand jiving and, you know. Right, okay, right, we'll have to hear your views on Wednesday night, lads. Jaffa.
I thought it was all round was a good performance. Ox. I think a bit of tongue in cheek earlier on in the week. I'd said I thought we would score 6. Actually, we could have scored 6. We did enough chances to score 6. Good victory. You know, all over the game. I thought we controlled it. I thought we were the better team throughout the whole match. I don't think Hibs were ever really getting in top of us in any way. They had a couple of chances, but in essence, Rangers controlled the game from start to finish. The only thing, if I had a criticism, I wish we had got a few more goals.
Aye. I think in a game of football, at any level, the third goal's a big goal. You're still in the game with even 5 minutes to go. You can sneak a goal, you know, you get hope. When the third goal goes in, it takes hope away all better, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's it, mate, and that's what we need to do. We need to score that third goal, fourth goal if we can. But and you're right, it takes the fight out of teams and makes life a lot easier for yourself, a lot easier.
Mm-hmm. All right, who's Sean for you, Albert?
Let me see now. I thought Golson had a good game, Tav had a good game, Lundstrom had a good game. It's hard for me to say that. Alfie, of course. Alfie had a great game. The rest were all competent, apart from the left-hand side, which I hope we're going to talk about later on.
I'll let you lead that story, mate. But Jaffa, who's Sean for you, mate?
I thought Alfredo led the line again very well. Ox, I thought everything that was good about us came from his movement, his one touching, you know, bringing other players into it. I thought Kent had moments again, but he had some great chances. He needs to start hitting the back of the onion bag with some of those shots. Yeah, he's got to hit the target. Yeah, totally, Ox. I thought Lundstrom, like Goldberg just said there, I thought Lundstrom, Sean, good game, agreed. Tavernier was good. Golson was good. Big Bassey was steady. It was all around. I think it was a good game, but just not quite the level we got to the week before. But the third goal, as you say, is a critical goal. But, I thought overall, the Rangers controlled the match.
That's what Ryan Kent and Jaffa have got in common. Robert, they're still both having moments, yes?
True, mate, true. Some are bigger moments than others, but there you go. It's one of the things that we can't. If he doesn't start scoring soon, by the way, his confidence will go away again. So I think once he scores, you'll see the confidence soaring back into the boy. Don't get me wrong, he's playing well now. He's playing. He's doing enough damage to influence games, but he can do a lot more. Especially if he scores. I want him to start scoring. I want him all to start scoring. Bigger Evo needs to start scoring as well. Big Lundstrom needs to start chucking in with some goals. Wee Sakala gets on the park. He needs to start scoring as well. And to be fair to Wee Sakala, he really does. Arfield needs to start chipping in with goals. But in fact, they all need to start chipping in with goals. But there's certain players who really do need to start stepping up to the plate when it comes to the goals, because the play we're doing and within the team deserves more goals. It really does, because we're ripping teams apart in certain parts of games. You know what I mean? It really should end up 3-4-5 with the Hearts game. But I'm still concerned. There's a couple of points that I was concerned with against Hibs. But a good victory, by the way, great victory, and well played. In atrocious conditions. You've got to take the conditions into consideration as well. It wasn't conducive for a good flow, fast-flowing football game. It was a case of don't make mistakes in these conditions, and make sure if you're going to miss the ball, it's in their half, no our half.
Aye, well, maybe learn for Ross County. Right, okay. Right, you're dying to get it off your chest, so we'll let you do it before we move on. Albert?
Well, the left-hand side, to me, is the big weakness in our team. It still is the big weakness. And Van Bronckhorst needs to get it sorted one way or the other. Barisic shouldn't be in the team. He shouldn't even go in the bench. He should be in the stands. Let's get that straight. Now, I'm not one of the ones that, we'll encourage him and get him back on form. We're at the business end of the season. We can't afford to carry passengers now. This is the business end. You can't wait till a guy comes back in form. He's got to be in form. And he's not in form. So he shouldn't be in the team. Now, he needs to look at the centre-half situation going, Balogun and Hollander, if they're not back fully fit, and he's going to play Bassey at left back, he needs to work out what he's going to do with the rest of the guys. There's Sands there's a few there, Big King's there. Me personally, I think Big King should be promoted into the team right away. If Balogun and Hollander are out, Leon King should be in as a centre-half, Bassey back at left back, because we need to sort that left-hand side. It's weak, and we're going to get exploited. But do you not think the whole of Scottish football don't know this? Every time everybody comes down that side of the park, it's because they know it's weak. And we're going to get caught if we don't get it sorted. And I want Van Bronckhorst to sort it now.
Right, what do you favour, Jaffa? Left or right?
Always go left. Always left. Oaks. I tell you, I see when that incident happened when Balogun went off. I thought exactly that same thing, Albert. I thought, why not leave Bassey at left back and bring Sands on? Because Sands has played left centre back. Oh, that would have been my call on it, because immediately after that happened, Hibs started penetrating down the left hand side. That was where they started getting a bit of joy, and they started getting corners and winning free kicks and so forth. As you say, they just targeted that area. So I totally agree with you. We should a club our size have somebody, whether it's Leon King or James Sands, that can step up into the centre back position. Because I would leave Bassey at left back, because I think the team's got a better balance here, the back four.
All right. We might get a step for a hint for the centre halves in Gio's interview. Yeah, we
hope so.
I can see if we can stay awake for us.
No, mate. No. You stay the exact same when you're on the show.
Well, I'm getting them back then, aren't I?
Right. If you two don't mind, we're going to hear from your manager. We'll carry on the debate about Wednesday night. There's some interesting stuff, good points for Albert. And we'll get the phone lines opened as well, if that's all right with you two.
Aye, all right with me, mate.
Yeah?
Absolutely brilliant, Ox.
All right, mate. The tissues are there, Jaffa. All right, mate?
Got them here, handies.
They borrow, mate. They borrow. Right. Let's hear from your manager, Giovanni Van Bronckhorst.
Obviously, the club's made a lot of progress, league champions last season. Is sort of completion of Rangers sort of return to where it wants to be, winning domestic cups as well?
Well, I think so. I mean, we were a club, you said, champions last year, and but, we want to compete with every prize and competition we're in. So, as well, for the Scottish Cup, of course, this year, we want to be winning the cup, and that's our aim, that's our goal, and that's what we want to achieve.
How do you strike a balance about rotating your squad to give players game time, but not changing things too much so you disrupt the flow of your team for games like this?
Well, I think I've a big squad. I think the biggest squad I have from when I joined the club. So many players available. I think we had a good transfer window with raising up our level squad wise. So for me, it's just a case to keep on going, keep playing the way we want to play. Although you will see, changes tomorrow. Our way of playing will be the same, and our intentions. So that won't change. And it's also good for me to give other players minutes.
Hi, Giovanni. Could you give us an injury update with regard to Liam Balogun, Ryan Jack, and also Philip Hillender's return?
Well, Philip is already training for weeks now. I think he has around 20 sessions with the team already now. So I think we have him on a level where he can start games. So he will start tomorrow as well. So I'm really happy for Philip that he can leave his injuries and all the time he was off behind him. Leon had a scan which was very positive, so the injury isn't bad. So hopefully he can return soon to join the team in training, and Ryan will be, I think, available for training this weekend. So for him also, it's his ankle is recovering well and should be involved in the game next week.
Great, and Annan Stadium holds just over 2,500. So how surreal will it be to travel there just ahead of travelling to one of the biggest and most iconic stadiums in Europe?
Well, it's it's different than we are used to, but it's also the circumstances we have to deal with. But it's still a pitch, still 11 against 11, one ball, so that's no difference. For me, it doesn't matter if you play for a full stadium for 50,000 or for 2,500 in a small stadium. In the end, we want to go into the next round, and we have to be focused and respect the opponent we're facing, and make sure we get a good performance.
Giovanni, is Aaron Ramsey now fit to start?
Yes, he will start tomorrow. Aaron has been doing well. I mean, obviously he had more team sessions in training. He also had again some minutes against hips. So he's getting better and fresher, and the rhythm is coming back. So he'll be starting as well tomorrow.
As you know, it's not a grass pitch at Annan, it's a plastic pitch. I wonder what your thoughts are on playing in a competition that has a plastic pitch, and whether that stops you from selecting any players?
No, I think everyone in the squad, haven't told me they don't want to play on artificial grass. So we know which surface we are playing on tomorrow, and I think this time of year, I think it's maybe better to play on artificial grass than to a really bad pitch due to the circumstances weather-wise. So I think we can play our normal game. Of course, it's different than grass, but I think we should be okay.
Good afternoon. Will the Annan game provide opportunities for likes of Leon King, Alec Lowry, and Charlie McCann?
Yeah, well, it's we're traveling with a big squad, so you want to use the players who didn't play as much lately, and we had a lot of some players coming back from injury, but the youngsters will travel as well with us to Annan, so hopefully there is room for them to also feature in the game.
Rangers are always under a great deal of scrutiny, and with the league being so close this season, has that heightened your own focus on the performance of the officials and perhaps the introduction of VAR?
Well, I mean, it's as I said before, I'm a pro VAR, and that's what I think will make the game easier also for the referees to direct. I mean, because you have an extra pair of eyes, you can you can watch important moments of the game you watch back. But it's hopefully it will be next season. In this season it's not there, so we just have to accept that, and then accept every decision the refs are making. So in that way, it's for all the same. For all the teams who are playing in the cup or in the leagues, there's no difference in stadiums or places you travel. So, we have to deal with it.
Afternoon, Gio. Reports coming out from the Romanian manager that Yanis Hagi is likely to miss the start of next season. Is that likely to be the case? Do you know?
Well, it's a crucial ligament. I've had the injury as well. It's every between 6 and 9 months. So if you count, then it's likely he will miss the start of the season. So I think it's not difficult maths to do, and hopefully his recovery will go smoothly, and he can recover good. I think that's our main objective. And if you're out between 6 and 9 months, you just have to wait and see how the re-up is developing. But for me, that's no surprise.
Giovanni, Annan say this is the biggest game in their history. They'll obviously be hugely motivated, but of course, you're the favourites, and as you say, you want to get your hands on that trophy. How important is it that there's no complacency despite that gulf in league standings?
Well, I think there won't be complacency from our side. I think that's what I said. You have to respect the opponent, but we are there to win the game and go to the next round. But upsets are always in cup competitions. But when we just play our level and the way we're playing the last games, we should win the game. That's our obligation, and that's also our aim.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Well, I'm predicting John McLaughlin, Philip Hollander, and Aaron Ramsey will be playing tomorrow. You're going to give us the rest of the team and save this in the pre-match show. Jaffa.
He just about did, Maybe they would be as well giving us the rest of the mocks. I think Alec Lowry will be playing as well.
Potentially, definitely on the bench anyway, that's for sure, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, well, I thought so.
Before we go into the plastic pitch side of things, I'm sure we're touching it. What's your views on the two of them playing tomorrow and getting their fitness? Does it make sense for you, Albert?
Absolutely. It makes choice. There isn't any room to play to get their fitness anywhere else. We've got to do it. I know it's a plastic pitch and there is a risk with catching your studs and jerking your knees and joints and things like that. But there's nothing else we can do. Pardon?
It's still happening on a grass pitch. I know it's different. It can still happen, can it?
Aye, but as I say, we've no choice. The fact of the matter is the way this league's set up and the way the fixtures keep coming thick and fast. There's not even time to fit in behind closed door friendlies or anything. So this is it. You've got to get them on now. There's no choice.
But Big Hollander, is that an asset for you coming back, Jaffa?
I think it is, Ox, but I'll be honest with you. I wouldn't have played him tomorrow on the plastic surface. I would rather Hollander have come back on grass. Just my own personal view on it. Ramsey's moderately different because he's not coming back for an injury. But I certainly wouldn't have played Hollander on the plastic surface. I think that's
Foxford versus grass.
Taking a bit of risk that you don't need to.
Foxford versus grass, he finds the plastic melts, Right, okay. I get it. I think a lot of people will be in your camp, Jaffa. Albert, does that make sense what you're saying?
Aye, it makes sense, but I'm looking at it from a practical point of view. There is no time. They've got to go on. They've got to start building stamina up.
Aye, there's two sides to the coin. Two good points, well made, chaps. Yes, when you go.
See if it was the beginning of the season and you're playing this tie, I'd say no, because you've got the whole season and you get more time to bed them back in. This is the business end of the season, mate. There's no time to bed them in. They need to go. Every opportunity you get to play them, you have to play them. And tomorrow is a perfect time to play them. It's just the surface is wrong for them. But hey ho, here we go. We've got to do it.
Good point for the defence. Over to you, the prosecution, Jaffa.
Yeah, listen, he said Hollander's had 20 sessions or something training, so the big fella must be, if I think about putting him in, he's obviously fit and ready to go, he's match ready, so all he needs is match sharpness now. It's just my own personal opinion, Ox. I don't like those plastic surfaces. I don't think any of us do. I'm pretty sure Albert doesn't like them either. But I do see Albert's point. Aye, absolutely, mate. There's no place for them in professional football at all. Up the park playing, aye, for the boys, but no for professional footballers. But I understand why small clubs do it. I understand the point. But for me, I wouldn't have had a lander on the team tomorrow. He could wait till during the week. I know we're in Dortmund, but a big Hollander's as fit as a fiddle. I would have no concern about throwing him in against Dortmund next week. No concern at all, Ox.
Just letting you know what arrived at the studio today.
What was that?
A heart-shaped box of Maltesers, 2 Linda from Guess Who. Yeah. So
was it full with any in it?
I was full, but it's not full now because we opened up for security reasons to make sure it was all right. So Fox had devoured them, right? But we don't know who it's for, so it was a mystery. But we'll see if we can work it out. I just thought I'd let you know, right? Okay, that's a great point you make, Albert. I'm in Jaffa's camp with these plastic pitches, and I think you are as well, Albert. But I think you might have sneaked the argument there and made me your point that there's weeks to go in the season, you need them fit.
I mean, put it this way: you've got this game, and then you've got Dortmund, and then you've got Dundee United away. I mean, where do you fit them in? So that'll be another 2-3 weeks gone before you even can. You can't. I wouldn't risk them in the games, and we need them for the games. So if they get their fitness up to a decent level tomorrow, we're playing that game. You might get a half out of them against Dortmund, and you might get a half out of them, or even a full game against Dundee United. Because we're going to need the two of them. Put it this way: they are two valuable players that, if we can get back to fitness, they'll make a huge contribution to the team going forward.
All right, we've been joined by a caller. Evening, caller.
Good evening.
It's a Malteser kid.
You better believe it, boys. I'm keeping to that. Every time I see that, we do the business. So keep eating this wee. Oh, you know, I like that. I heard you the other night, and also I just said I'll give him a rest because I knew Linda was there. I said, now I'm going to get slaughtered here again.
If you'd have come in last night, Davey would have had to take a restraining order out of you.
Brilliant. But good evening anyway, chaps. Albert.
Evening, David.
Jaffa.
Hi, David.
No, I'm all with Jaffa about Hollander. I was actually going to just bring it up, but I knew you should probably get around to it first. I wouldn't even contemplate. I know where you're coming, Albert, with that, but knowing this game, we are more than well covered. Even if he gets a run out, he should get a run out. But knowing that, not for me anyway, knowing that park. Another point I'd like to bring up is what you mentioned about midweek game. How Barisic came onto that park is beyond me. That worries me because he's got more than ample options, and he came on and he still was all over the place. But I wouldn't play Hollander in that park tomorrow.
I mean, if Phil Hollander's not in the European squad, somebody's just let me know, mate. Yeah. Well,
that'll be that. Well, maybe. I know. I mean, he needs game time, but I think the amount of time he's been training, if you're fit to be in the squad, you're fit to play. But I would give that game a back of the neck anyway. I wouldn't put him on that park because that's where you had a knee problem, and that's one of these parts that you could cop one on that.
Albert?
I can see the argument there. I'm not arguing. I can't argue against what Davey's saying and Jaffa. I mean, you can see their arguments, but to me, it's just a time thing. It's practicality. You've got to get them fit, and there's no time to get them fit. So if we don't get them started using that game tomorrow and getting them fit this part of the season, you're going to get into the serious running, and they're still not going to be fit. They're not going to go up to match fit. We need to get them fit. If they take an injury tomorrow, they take an injury tomorrow. We don't want that. Of course we don't want that. But when do you can't keep wrapping them in cotton wool and saying we're going to get it next week and we're going to get. So there's a midweek game in for away for Hollander. He's not even in the squad. So what do they bring him into the Dundee United game away for home? No, we don't want to do that because that's going to be a fast, rough and tumble game. But we'll wait to the next week. So who's the next week? And it just goes on and on and on. You've only got, am I right in saying 12 league games left? Yes. We've not got any time anyway to mollycoddle these guys, and the guys themselves, I bet you want to play. I bet you ask them, and I think Van Bronckhorst would have asked them, do you want to play in this plastic pitch? The injured boys I'm talking about, the rest of them will get told to play in it, but they'll get asked if they want to play in it, and I bet you they've said aye.
I've got to say, I think he's winning the argument, but in you come, Jaffa.
Yeah. I didn't. I had read that a couple of weeks back that Hollander would. I'd forgotten about it, Ox. I guess in that point, then if he's not in the squad for Wednesday, and he's not in the European squad, and probably won't even travel to Dortmund. Then when we hindsight, I don't see any reason why you probably will need to put him in tomorrow. If it is Holberg quite clearly states to get match fitness for the running the 12 games that are left, which are critical. 12 games, we've got to win every single one of those games. No question about it.
Does Aaron Ramsey fall into the same category then, lads? Jaffa and then back to Albert and David?
Well, I would play Ramsey tomorrow, Ox, purely for the fact that he's fit. I mean, he's not coming back for an injury. That was my only concern with Hollander. I would play Ramsey tomorrow for the same reasons. I don't know, he won't be in the European squad either, or is he in the European squad?
I think you're allowed to supplement, but I'm not 100%. I'll get the research department on it as we speak.
I think it is. I think it is.
Is he in it? They'll be trying to knock one a fact out. On you go, Albert, then Davey.
I mean, I absolutely go to play. Absolutely, for the same reasons I gave earlier on. But the other thing with Ramsey as well, he looks as stiff as a board. So he needs to get him loosened up and get him. I mean, I'd take a blowtorch to him myself. No, I mean, get a bit of heat on him.
Stuff as a board to Jaffa. Carry on, Albert.
I mean, he's not as robust as a Sherman tank, but he's good enough. No, I mean, so he needs to get in there.
Yeah, well said, Albert. And you come, Davey.
Aye, definitely. Definitely, aye. You've not really got any kind of alternative because he's got to start sometime, and you kind of got a sort of, not saying it's an easy game. It ain't going to be easy down there because it never is for us. But I definitely give him a start. I like to see the young boy in the middle as well, but I think he'll come on. Maybe they'll bring a few on if they can put a few in the onion bag, but. It depends on how I don't know what the weather's like, but I mean, that's the point about Wednesday's game. The weather was shocking, but we still got a good performance. And he came out of that game with 3 points, as I said before. That's the main thing. That was the main thing.
Aye, okay. Before we move on, I just let you finish your point about the left side of the defence. I think Barisic is shot. I think his confidence has gone, and I'm being polite. And I don't know how you get that back, similar with fitness at this time of the season, Jaffa, when the games are so critical. You can't send them away with the reserves or whatever. I don't know what
he didn't look any better. He didn't look any better, Ox, on Wednesday night when he came onto the pitch against Hibs than he did the week before, the Wednesday before. I mean, I agree with you. His confidence is gone. The guy needs some time out and not to be put back into the team again. You could see Hibs targeting him right away, Ox, and he was making mistake after mistake. Free kicks getting given away. He got booked immediately when he came on. He was booked with inside about 2 or 3 minutes of coming on Wednesday. I would have left Bassey there. I agreed with Albert right at the start. I would definitely have left Bassey there, and I would have brought James Sands on to go beside Golson for the remainder of the match. That would have been my call on it. Don't know what you do though. I'm not sure what the solution is, Ox, apart from taking him out of the team.
No, maybe it just needs a rub down. Albert?
I think he's taken out the squad. That's what I think. I think he should be up in the stands out the way. You know what I mean? That's the best place for him, because he come onto that game. I mean, put it this way: I looked at him when you get a quick glimpse of him on the bench, and he didn't look that upset to me to be on the bench. In fact, if anything, I think he looked quite relieved. He looked a bit concerned when he actually says, "Right, get your tracks out after you're going on." That's when the old concerned face come on to him. The guy is shot. He's totally and utterly shot, and we've no got time to mollycoddle him back to confidence and fitness, or whatever you want to call it. We've just not got time. I wish everybody would realise this is the business end of the season. Now, all these players better come back into form, and to be fair to the majority of them, they're coming back. Kent's coming back into form. Morales is starting to score. Lundstrom's coming back into form. Jack's coming on and playing well. You know what I mean? The only ones that are I would say, luxury players now is Aribo and Kamara. Good at what they do, really good at what they do, but they're lazy players. They don't like tracking back. They do it sometimes, and then they can't be bothered doing it, and then people run after them, and that's what causes all. And to be very Barisic, that happened to a lot in the last two or three games Barisic played. People are not tracking their runners, and he's left with 2 and 3 players. So that's me being kind to Barisic and to be fair to him. But the rest of them are starting to come into form. And that's what we need. That's exactly what we need for this time of year. Now you've got players coming back for injury, you need to get them the game time. Hence I'm saying they should play tomorrow. Simple as that, mate. It's no rocket science. I think everybody agrees with that point. It's just that we don't like the pitch.
So would you play Bournemouth tomorrow?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. I would, in fact, I might even go experimental tomorrow on the left-hand side to see if I can get cover for the future, because we need to get that left one sorted. We need to sort it now. We've no time to waste with this now. He needs to come up with a solution right now, or it's going to cost us. It really is going to cost us.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Davey?
The boys have summed it up to a T there. It's everything I've said has been spot on. That's why now I think when you look at it like that, he's going to put Hollander there and then stick Bassey over. The solution with Barisic is up to the manager, and sometimes he's got a weird way of looking at things, but he should be pulled out of there at the moment, and it might give the rest of him a wake-up call and say, well, look, this is where you're going to go if you don't sort of keep it up, the standards that we're looking for. I think that's more or less where Bassey's going to be at this moment in time. Definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Jeff, and once you get these standards, you have got to keep it up, mate.
Absolutely. And we need to win tomorrow, Ox, as well. I mean, I know we're playing a League 2 team, but we need to go out and do the professional job and approach the game with the right attitude, first and foremost. I.e., it's a football match and we need to go out and win it, and we need to put our strongest 11 out within reason. And then we can certainly integrate a couple of players like Lowry could possibly play, and obviously we know Hollander's going to play. We know that Ramsey's going to play, but within that we still probably will have a strong team out there, Ox. We need to go out and we need to turn them over, and we need to keep the momentum going and keep the confidence high, and we don't want to cause ourselves any issues. We've got a big game coming up Wednesday night, and it would be good to get into that game and also come out of Dortmund with some form of result to take back to Ibrox the following week, where we're still in the tie.
Jeff, I can ask you a question.
Yes.
Does Alfie play tomorrow?
Ooh.
Aye, I would play Morelos.
What would you play?
I think I would go with Sakala tomorrow, mate, through the middle. Keep Alfie for Thursday. Have Alfie maybe on the bench, mate.
I'd go with that, mate. I would go with that. But that's a different reason. You're protecting Alfie. He's fit and on form, so you can protect him. You know what I'm saying? And Sakala or even Roof should have enough to put Annan away. They really should. And I'm expecting tomorrow this game to be done for half time. I'll be really disappointed this game is not done for half time. We've not got time. We've not got the luxury of, they're playing well and we can't get by them. We'll get by them and start scoring. Get this game done and dusted so the rest of the players can enjoy the game and we can use the other half for what we need to use it for.
Maybe that's the argument for playing Alfie. Have him on for the first half, get a couple of goals, keep your confidence up, and then take it out. But what I want to ask the callers, before I'll go to David with that point, Albert. I want to ask the callers, if anybody wants to come in defence of Borna Barisic, but I'm glad to hear from you, because it's only people's opinions, and it's nothing against Borna. They're only critical of his form. And you come, David.
Yeah, you just summed it up there yourself. Regarding Morales, I would start him. You've got to get blitz at him right away.
Who's
get
that?
a few.
His name?
What'd you say?
What's his name? The centre forward?
Morales.
All right, carry on.
Alfredo Morelos. All right. It depends on what part of Glasgow you come from in your accent. You know what I mean? It
depends if you get one or two Maltesers in your mouth.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, I'll give you the Newton Mearns version. Alfredo Morelos. How's that?
There you are. Oh, that's lovely.
Okay. Jolly good. Right. Are you going to listen to what I'm saying then? Right. Play Alfie. Get him in there, get the score on, get us up a few goals, then get him off. That's it. But you've got to start with a strong team. You've got to put that mob away. Strong team, this chopping and changing, no good for us. Get in there the way we're playing good. Start it, see how it goes, then sort of take it out. But don't start them on the bench hoping for Wednesday. That's another world we're going to in Wednesday.
It's a straight. The game's changed, Jaffa, isn't it? Now you get tossed off at half time. Maybe you used to only get an orange. Jaffa, isn't it?
I'm trying.
Jaffa, this is all your fault, mate.
Right, go for it. Come on, Jaffa, answer him.
Jaffa. I think he's gone, old man. What do you think?
He was the window of the couch, man.
Yeah, for Maltesers. He's away to get Maltesers.
I can assure you he's no. Right, okay, so that's another argument. Morelos, does he play? Barisic, what's people's thoughts on that? Somebody get a different side of the coin. And Fox has sent me a question he asks. Would you play Stephen Davis for a start tomorrow? Albert?
Absolutely, mate. No hesitation. The wee man's a professional. It doesn't matter what surface you put him on. It doesn't matter what his fitness level is. You know he's always ready. Always ready. And we're going to need the wee man as well in the season as well. Know what I mean? So he's going to get minutes as well. I know he's 35, 36, or whatever he is, but he's still going to get his minutes. He's going to be ready to come on to games when we're going to need him, because we are going to need him.
I think we're talking about Willow's always ready. Jaffa's back with us. You all right there, Jaffa?
I was sorry, mate. I get caught on mute there. Apologies. I would play Stephen Davis tomorrow as well, Ox.
Aye. I think so. How would you play it with Ramsey then? What would you have? The two, well, Stephen sitting with AN other than Ramsey.
Yes.
Okay. You take Lundstrom and put the team in his good run.
I would take Lundstrom out. Yeah, I would give Lundstrom a seat in the bench for tomorrow, or bring him on later in the match after.
It's amazing how quickly football changes, isn't it, all day? We're not protecting Lundstrom. No, I get it, but it changes quickly, David, isn't it?
Definitely, but I would go with what we had. I mean, Davis is a great call for Fox. That's a great call. But that's a good thing now where we are at this moment. The bench is more healthier now than we've had it for quite a few games. So, but I start the team off, it's playing and putting other teams away, get them out, get the game into them, put it to bed, then you want to juggle it about, bring them on.
Is it 5 subs tomorrow, Ox?
I believe so, mate. I believe so. I'll get to the research department and share it out and all. I think we had this question a couple of weeks ago in the news.
It's funny. I mean, that might have a big bearing as well. Who gets put on the partner? I mean,
Aye. I get it, mate. Okay. Aye. So you've got John McLaughlin, internationalist, coming back in. They're bringing Phil Hollander, arguably our most experienced and most expensive defender. Stephen Davis, the most capped player in British football, is coming back in. And we're giving Aaron Ramsey a run out. Not bad, is it?
I know.
It's not exactly Ian Black nor that gang, is it, Jaffa?
No.
Oh, change days for that, Ox. Aye. Thank goodness as well. Aye, exactly. I mean, you when you write names like that off, Ox, it certainly does put things into perspective, doesn't it? And just the kind of depth of pool that we have at our club at this moment in time. And getting them match ready and getting them up to speed is the most important thing just now. There's always good players at our club, Ox. I mean, I'm just looking through some of the team there, some of the young lads in the B team and so forth. We've got some cracking young players on that B team as well. So we should have enough in our tank tomorrow to see off Annan Athletic.
Mm-hmm. Right, let's hear from you. We want to hear people who get an alternate view. Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
I've not heard his team, but I'd love to hear from Big South Side to see what his team would be tomorrow. I'm always interested. I don't think he's ever got it right. I'm always interested in hearing what he's going to say. When you come, Davey?
Oxley, I'll go away and let somebody get in with some of the young team. But it's great speaking to you again. I'm not even mentioning anything about chocolate. Because my wife...
What about Rebels, David? Do you like them?
Ain't as good sugar. I shouldn't be even doing that because I'm borderline diabetic, so I shouldn't be touching them. But when you get to 73, you just say, stop it. I'll let you get away, guys. Great stuff.
He's always lived in the edge, that Davy Alberti.
Aye, right in the edge. I didn't know a Malteser had an edge.
That's true. Right, okay. Aye, some good debate. I mean, the team tomorrow could be, right, okay, so Tavi Ghost no playing, is that a given? Bizarre as it is, Albert.
What's that?
Tavi Ghost no playing, they just play all the time.
Well, I've got my team and they're in my team. As you say, they just play all the time, you know what I mean? You've got to have a bit of stability, you know what I mean? We can't go completely crazy. But, aye, they'll be playing. They guarantee they'll be playing. I'll be gobsmacked at them, no.
Big Bassy at left back?
Aye, mate. Do you want my team? I'll give you my team if you want.
Oh, no. Yours is going there.
McLaughlin, Tav, Golson, Helander, Bassey, Kamara, Davis, Lowry, the wee boy from Man U, Ramsey and Roof up front.
Ramsey and Roof up front?
Well, Ramsey and... I'm going that 4-2-3-1. Carry on.
Right, so your twos, Kamara and Davis, and then you've got Dalio.
Lowry, Dalio, Lowry, Ramsey.
Ramsey in the middle, Lowry on the left.
Yeah.
All right, and then who was up front? Sakala? Roof. Okay, interesting. Jaffa, any thoughts?
It's an interesting front line. I could see it happening. I could see him going with that. I'm not sure if he'll play Kent tomorrow. I don't know whether he'll take he'll put Kent in to give him that natural width on the left hand side, which he likes doing. Don't know, Ox. He's got a lot of choices to make. So many options.
Right, I agree with you, Albert, as far as the goal in the back four. Stephen Davis. Oh, aye, I get it. Stephen Davis, he start. Aye, okay. Aaron Ramsey starts. Who else starts with? Right. I think he starts Joe Aribo still. And and maybe, I don't know. Carry on, Jaffa. You give your thoughts.
Yeah, there's plenty of choices there. I would go the same back four. Stephen Davis, Glenn Kamara, Joe Aribo, and Ramsey. Morelos up front. That would be mine.
You want short there? You want short?
Diallo.
Right, okay. All right, okay. Aye, it's all about a
and if it's not going right, by the way, Oxford, if it's not going right with that team, you've got Aribo, Arfield, Kent, Morelos, and Lumsden to bring on.
Mm-hmm.
That's just 5 out of 9.
Who's the subs tomorrow then? The boy McCrory, I imagine, was on the bench, and you might have Liam King, and then the boy Sands, I would imagine, will be on the bench, yeah?
Yeah.
Do you think there's any chance he could start and Davis might get the second half? Would that be a possibility?
I think it might be the other way about.
Okay.
As old Davey says, get it done. No, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Get it done in the first half. I'm sick of this 1-0's getting it off time and then everything happens in the second half. It's restricting you, like Ramsey getting on and other players that are coming back for injury are not quite up to speed. Because if we score 4 goals in the first half, that means that these other players are getting a half an hour on the park, maybe even 40 minutes.
All right. Fox thinks it's 3 subs there, Scottish Cup, bizarrely.
Is it?
Don't even like Scotland to have different rules for different competitions. It might be 3 subs, but it might be changed by the time the game's finished, you know what I mean?
Certain games will have 3 and other games will have 5. No, I mean, it'll be a lottery. They'll have their tombola out and tell you who's getting the 5 sub game.
Aye, okay. Did that change your thinking, Jaffa?
The 3 subs?
Mm-hmm.
No. I think he'll still. I still think he'll go safe. I think he'll want to win the match. Ox, I think he'll treat it with respect. I think that's Gio's way. I still think he'll put out a strong team there.
All right, okay. They want to win the cup, but it's not a priority. So, and I imagine for the board of directors, in some respects, rather get through against Dortmund if that's possible, rather than Aaron. But I'm not saying we don't want to beat Aaron. Don't pick me up, Ryan Hallberg, yeah?
Oh, no, I mean, if you can pick and choose, of course. Most teams would pick and choose like that, but in reality is it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. So fortunately for us, it's win all games at all times, no matter who we're playing and where we're playing. So I quite like that. It's quite simple when you're giving briefings to players that you've just signed and are just coming to the club. Win all the games. That's your briefing. Everything else is a failure. Win all the games. So there you are. It's nice and simple. Draws are no acceptable. Draws are defeats and defeats are disasters. So get on with it. It's just an awkward tie on an awkward gun and an awkward time of the year. It's just one of the games, you know what I mean? And plus, you've got this, can I get players back for injury and game time? And it's just a whole combination of things. It's just awkward. It's like awkward and more than anything else.
Aye. But if we go with the right attitude, Jaffa, and we pass the ball crisply and quickly, it'll be a cakewalk.
It should be, Ox. Should be 2 or 3-0 within inside 20 minutes. And I agree. If we do that and we absolutely smother the game, then the second half should be a walk in the park, and we should be able to bring on some of the other guys sitting on the bench and kill the game after 45 minutes. That would be my take on it, and I would hope that's the players, the way that the level we've been playing at. If we get ourselves embroiled in a battle, then and the ball goes into the air and all the rest of it. But as you say, if we keep the ball down and it literally will be a carpet, keep the ball in the carpet, and crisp passing, speed, brains, thought, people running off the ball, dig, the whole lot, I think we'll win the game easy.
So keep the intensity up, Jaffa. Just keep the intensity of the last 2 games up.
That's all it is, Albert. And that's got to be the message in the dressing room, and got to be the message among the players themselves. right attitude.
Yep, absolutely, mate. Absolutely.
I think that should be a given. Any top professional, you get with the right attitude. You know, I get that people have bad games and all that, but what should be a given all the time, Albert?
I agree with you, man. I agree with you. But we have not been getting it this season, especially after the Malmo game. We just sort of 40% of our intensity disappeared altogether, and I never thought we were really up to full speed at the beginning of the season, even in pre-season friendlies, and it's just carried on. Now we're at the business end of the year, and it looks finally that the pennies dropped and somebody's lit the afterburners. You know what I mean? And went, right, we need to go on with this, and we need to go on with it now, and we need to get the intensity right up to maximum. I don't think it's right up to maximum yet, but we're heading in the right direction now. You can see it.
Good. If you're happy, I'm happy. Jaffa.
Absolutely. Well, that's what it's all about, Ox. At a club our size, we've just got to go out with the right attitude and win every game. And a lot of that self-management within the players, but the majority of it's down to the management team and Giovanni Van Bronckhorst getting the players pumped up and getting them absolutely, ready to kick doors down and go out and win the game properly with the right attitude and the right intensity.
Here we do it again. The Rangers support. We go there and we give minor clubs in Scotland hundreds of thousands of pounds, TV revenue, hospitality revenue, programmes. They can't sell enough tickets. I think somebody one day will turn around and say thank you, wouldn't you, Albert?
Of course. But we've sent a fifth columnist in there. We've sent Big Stevie out, sent in there to eat them out of house and home, know what I mean? So if they don't give a decent game and stop kicking their players, Big Stevie will take all their grub.
Well, it might be the last time they'll do a buffet, put it that way.
They'll regret that. We're sending a world-class eater down there. Do us proud, Stevie.
He'll not let us down. I think he's wearing the big belt.
The elastic trousers, get them on.
He's got the big
all kidding aside, see this game, if they'll not get the right intensity and the right attitude, this could end up tricky. Stupid as it sounds, it could end up tricky. I'll be really disappointed with them if they allow that to happen. Really disappointed. And see, saying putting Helander and Ramsey on, I don't mean them going on and going through the motions just to get fit. I mean they need to come up to the intensity that the team have showed. They need to show that they want in that first team. They need to show they're capable of getting in that first team. And that starts tomorrow. So I'm looking for something after Ramsey and Helander to say, definitely, they're close, they're very close. I'm not looking for them to go through the motions. I'm not looking for any player to go through the motions. I'm looking for wee Lowry to enforce his talent and his skill and his class on this game with these players running about him. I watched them the under-19 games on that at Dumbarton's Park, which is a disgrace of a park. Absolutely. How the boys playing in that park is ridiculous. But he didn't show as much as I thought he was going to show in that game. I'm looking. He's got better players running about him now. I'm expecting him to come on there and show what he's got, because he's more than capable of shining against Annan, especially with 8 teammates running about him.
Aye, well, I could understand where he was playing, Albert, if I'm being honest.
Aye, I was the same, mate. He seemed to have been all over the place.
I could understand where he was going. Listen, just changed it up quite. I wish they'd get the ladies' team all the best for the weekend, Jaffa. They've got a Scottish Cup tie against their team. Will remain unnamed on here, but we hope they do a victory and push themselves onto a double, Jaffa, a double.
They've been playing well, Ox. I've been watching a couple of their games. They've been doing really, really well. Good result during the week there, the ladies' team. So they're sitting proudly at the top of the league. 5 points ahead of that mob, and I think 2 or 3 points ahead of Glasgow City. They've been doing very well, Ox. They're playing some good football, actually. Really good football. So good luck to the ladies tomorrow as well.
Yeah. Albert?
Aye, good luck to them. I don't watch the women's game, but good luck to them, aye. Of course I want them to win. The Rangers players, I definitely want them to win. And they're doing well sitting top of the league. It took them a while to settle down and get to know what the Rangers way is all about. They know it now, but you can see now they're getting the results when it's required in the big games. Aye, well done. And I can't say they're playing well. Unlike Jaffa, I've not seen them. I've not seen them at all.
No, they seem to also be improving. Any time I've seen them, you can see a marked improvement in Jaffa.
They have, Ox, I agree with you. They're really kind of starting to move the ball about. They've got that same mentality that's going through the club. And I mean that, they're playing the ball out for the back. They've got some good players on their team. Really good players on their team. So I haven't watched a lot of them, but the games I have watched a few of them, and they certainly are improving. They've had some great results. They beat Glasgow City just last weekend there. So they beat them 3-1. So they've been doing very well. Good luck to them. And let's hope they can win as a double this season, the ladies. That would be great for the club as well.
Yeah. All the best for everybody here at Rangers Radio for your cup tie the weekend. Ladies, come on the Barretts. Come on the Barretts, Albert.
Come on the Barretts. Let's go. Are they playing the unmentionables, aye?
Yes.
Oh, well. They know that it's required there, don't they?
Yeah. Aye, how important is the cup to you, Jaffa?
Very, Ox. I want to win the Scottish Cup. Absolutely. And for me, it's really important, Ox. It's psychological, and it's about stamping your authority on the league. If we can go on and win the league, we can go on and win the cup. I would love us to do a double this year, Ox. Really, really would. In fact, I want it. I want it big time. And I think we've been missing occasions like that. The fan base have been missing occasions. That League Cup semi-final at Hampden this year, for me, was the lowest point of the season. I know the Malmo result was low, but that was the lowest game of the season for me. And I don't want to repeat that. I want Rangers to go to Hampden and lift the Scottish Cup. That's what I want it to do, as well as the league. Yeah.
Listen, I'm not saying I don't want to win the cup, but if you give me a choice, I'm taking the league. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, mate. Absolutely, no.
That makes sense.
Absolutely.
I'm really
all day long.
But I'm way Jaffa. I want the double, no. I'm definitely want that. See, we're a rotten cup team. The reason we're a rotten cup team is we're too nice. To be a good cup team, you need to scratch, spit, fight, punch, foul. Do all the nasty stuff. You're not getting beat. That's what you're going to get in your head. We're too nice. Kamara's too nice. Derivo's too nice. Tab's too nice. They're all just after you type players. I call. I mean, me personally, if we're not doing right, see like the Hibs game, I'm telling you, I said before about another game, but see the Hibs game in the semi-final, that first half, if I'm playing in that game, somebody's going to hospital. I'm telling you right now, I'm not settling for that. But we don't do that. We're not that type. We're not nasty enough. And that's why we're a poor cup team. And we have been for years. We're too nice. In fact, the club's too nice now. They need to start getting the nasty streak back on them and saying, like, we're winning this cup and nobody's stopping us. And we're winning that league and nobody's stopping us doing that either. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's time to get it's not just the battle fever on, it's a battle dress and get the arms and ammunition out and get us loaded up and let's go on with it.
All right, okay. He's got a battle fever on. Let's calm him down. Mrs. Albert will be having a go at me. We're going to have a tune.
I'm ready to go to do.
You take one of your tablets, and Jaffa, you stop taking your tablets. Let's get yourself a mute, because we're going to have a tune.
I'll swap you, Jaffa.
Everywhere, anywhere, we will follow on.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show. It's your platform. Let's hear from you.
No, not one, and there never shall be one.
I thought I was listening to the pianist in the station there.
I've seen that.
Did you see it?
Oh, it was brilliant.
They'll be taking all the pianos away now, wouldn't they?
Boy, was brilliant, wasn't he?
Aye, he could hit the ivories, couldn't he?
It was great, Ox. Aye. Thoroughly enjoyed that.
Aye. Right, okay. Where were we? The Cup. I get it all, but listen, I think we should have won the League Cup 2019, mate. We blew it ourselves. We played them off the park and battered them. Maybe gave them the biggest doom we gave them in years, football-wise. They never won the game, missed penalties and missed all sorts of chances. Alfie just couldn't get the ball in the net. But apart from that, generally we've let ourselves down if we've been fair. This is a chance to start righting wrongs, Jaffa.
Definitely for me, Ox. I really would like to win a cup this year. I really would, as well as the league. I think the fan base is the Bears out there and the Bearettes. I think they're craving it, Ox. You can feel it, and you're right. We have let ourselves down terribly, so many occasions over the last, even just the last 3 or 4 years. We've had ample opportunities, and for me, I want to win the Scottish Cup. For me, is out of the 2 cups, my preference always. I'll have that for the double. Thanks very much, and I hope the players are up for it and can see that how much it means to the fans. I agree with you. Of course, always the league. If I had to take a choice, I would take the league always. But a club our size, doubles should not be out of the question every year. Minimum double, trebles. We've been used to it, and I want to see that back again. I like seeing that trophy cabinet filled up. I really do.
Here. Anyway, we've been joined by AK. Evening, AK.
Good evening, Oxford. Jaffa, Albert. How we doing, boys?
Well,
Hi, Alec.
I'm knackered.
Hi, Alec.
Contact me while I'm in my bed.
Are you getting text messages late at night, are you?
Don't worry, I blocked the number.
Anyway, good discussions tonight again. Just thought you would need a wee bit of company there. Seems old Davy's away getting his Maltesers again.
I keep having Maltesers for a week, by the way.
Is that a euphemism, Alec?
Yeah. No, it was just something Albert said regarding the boy Lowry. Seemed a wee bit disheartened there in the B team game. I kind of seen it coming a wee bit, to be honest with you, with the acquisition of the young boy Diallo coming into the team. I mean, you look back on it, he came into the team, played well against Stirling, he played very well against Livingston. We bring in Diallo and the boys benched for the Ross County game. Then Diallo's benched and the boys out the squad altogether. So I think we've just got to be careful here how we actually manage the situation.
They don't play
our youth develop
different positions, but Alec.
Our team. No, I know it is, but Aribo could have played out there and leave the boys central.
I get it. Let Albert come back. Can you come, Albert?
It's a good point, man. You got to admit the wee boy Lowry. He wouldn't be the first player to go in a wee bit of a huff because he's been treated like that. Know what I mean? But he's got to learn. I think what they're going to try and do is nurse him through these cup games, definitely. And if we get ahead in the league, they'll bring him back into the first team, not just the squad, not the first team squad, the first team itself. But you've got to have breathing space, because if we get beaten in any of these games, these important games, like and I know what's going to happen. The crowd are going to start, what are you playing the boys for? That's a stupid thing to do, you know what I mean? It's a no-win situation if you end up getting beat. So I think they're trying to protect them from that point of view. But the cup game's a different carry-on altogether, you know what I mean? And I think I think he'll get a game tomorrow. I definitely think he'll get a game tomorrow.
Well, I'll pose a question to you. Who would you rather see in the team?
Excuse me. I did the questions on here. You know what I mean?
Okay, sorry about that, sir.
Right, on you go. I'll let you have one.
Who would you rather see in the team, Lowry or Diallo?
Outside right.
No, just in the team. No, I'm talking about you could play a Rebo out on the right.
All right, so you put one of the two of them in goal then. You usually have some weird formations, don't you?
Hey, my man Lundstrom's coming good now. Or used out.
What you're saying is, would you rather see Diallo play in outside right or Lowry play in his natural position? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense. All right, okay. I think I would go for Alex Lowry all day long because he's one of ours. Jaffa?
From what I've seen, Alec, just looking purely at the ability of the two players, I would have Lowry in my team all day long. I think he's a great young player.
All right, I'm going to cut across you. We're joined by a caller. How you doing, caller?
Right, how you doing? Hope you're all keeping well.
Good, mate. What should we call you, mate?
It's Peter.
Peter, first time on there?
Yep.
Oh, good to hear from you, mate. What's on your mind?
Yeah, it's just about the cup tie at the weekend. Also, it's a catch-22 with Ramsey and Hollander.
Yes.
The way I look at it, Ramsey really needs time, but the way Rangers should be is put out your first team, the strongest team, and then once you're in a good winning position, then you can take your boys off and rest them. But then there's another point as well. Young Lowry he went to right mid the other game, was again at Ibrox, and he done really well when Scott Wright went off. So surely they keep a position in the team that you could keep Lowry on the right.
I don't know if that's his natural position, but I know he went on, did a wee cameo there for a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I get that. I understand that. First, do you think McGregor will be playing tomorrow? Do you think Lundstrom, I don't know, Kamara, Arfield, do you think they'll all be playing tomorrow?
No, I think what he'll do is he'll probably start Sands. I think he'll rest Kamara and bring Sands in, play him next to Lundstrom. But I think he'll rest Aribo and play Ramsey in that role. But I think you can expect to see Roof, Diallo and Kent and Sakala on the left. He'll rest Kent as well. All
right, so you're chopping and changing. You're not going with you're going with first team players, but no.
Yeah.
No, your first 11. I get it. I think you were saying similar all there, weren't you?
Aye, mate. I would do that, definitely. And actually, I'd play Lowry as well in his natural position before that, boy. But my team, I've got the two of them in the team.
Yeah.
But I'd play Lowry, definitely play Lowry. I'd like to see Lowry play with that young boy from Man U to see if they can form a wee sort of partnership, to see if they can read each other's game. But also Ramsey, I want him to marshal the two and bring them into the game and then show them what it's all about, basically. So it's one of the ones that anything can happen with the Rangers team, basically. You just don't know. You just don't know what Gio's going to be thinking tomorrow. He definitely wants Helland and Ramsey in that team. He's already said it.
Well, that's what's basically, I think, he's come out and saying today. But there's another one you keep bringing. He'd even bring Leon King in to play next to Hollander. I know Hollander's not, he's not really on much game time, but there's another one you could bring in as well. But it's up and up. We just don't know what's going to happen, because as we were saying, anything can happen tomorrow. We can put any team out. But that's just hindsight for us.
Peter, I think Goldson's contract says he must play, going and looking at the number of games he plays, you know?
I think so.
You know?
Ox.
Yes, mate.
Do you think there's any chance of seeing the young Polish boy, Zakowski?
Right back. I think Avernier's got the same contract as Goldson's got. You know?
I would like to see him playing. At the end of the day, then it shows him what it's like playing for Rangers in a wee cup tie away from home, up at a ground like Annex. Let's be honest, the changing rooms are completely different towers as well, different environment. Gets them used to what it's like being at a big club at Rangers, and everybody wants a cup final for them.
I don't think the boy will play, but I think he could go on the bench, Alex. But just I don't know why. I think I agree with Jaffa and all, but Tavernier and goals and start every week. Jaffa?
I think so, because I think he'll make some changes. I don't think he'll shuffle the pack too much, to be honest with you. I really don't. I think he'll just Gio. I think he's got a method, and he's got a profile in the way he wants the team to set up. And I don't think he would make wholesale changes in the same way, for example, Gerrard did against St Mirren last year or the year before when we got beaten in the cup. I don't think he'll do that. I think he'll go with his tried and tested, and he'll slot Hollander back in. He'll slot Ramsey back in. I still think he'll put some of the heavy hitters in there.
Are you a man for shuffling, Jaffa?
Oh, now and again, of course, Ox. Aye.
Just depends on the situation, yeah.
Jammy day, under the cover day.
All right, okay, it depends. It depends. What we don't know, Albert, I'll go to Peter with us after you, Albert. We don't know who's Kenny Knox, and they maybe say we'll take the opportunity to take them out the firing line. We never know that, do we?
No, and rightly so, because if we know it, everybody else knows it. So, aye, definitely. It's a difficult one, mate. There's so many anomalies in this selection, and the park, and the weather, and the cup. And it goes on and on and on and on. But you end up, you need to be careful. You could think yourself to death with this and end up in a right pickle and a right knot. I'm talking about Van Bronckhorst here. You could end up just making a complete pig's ear of this. But I don't think he will. I think he'll play it safe myself. I really do. Apart from he'll bring Helander and Ramsey in, but I think the rest of it will be pretty safe.
Peter?
No, I basically agree. I think you'll see Bassey back at left back tomorrow. Because Born, as we've all said, we can all see it. He's not even half the player he was, his confidence is shot. He's frightened to even, on Wednesday, he was frightened to even make a tackle, because he's frightened to make a mistake, because he knows, he's frightened to make him, because let's be honest, he got destroyed against Celtic. And he's frightened to go back down that road again. It's horrible to see, because how many times you've seen it before? Rangers fans will get frustrated as well when you're seeing it in the stadiums, and then when a boy's confidence is shot as it is, it just makes it harder for him.
I thought the fans were kind to him on Wednesday, Peter.
Oh no, they were, as I said, years gone by, because we're built on success, and that's the annoying part, is we've not won a cup for so long. And that's why we hope this squad this year can deliver a cup, because we will want a cup this year.
I know you've been beating that drum for a long time, AK.
100%, mate. Winning trophies breeds winners, and that's what we lack. Celtic winning that League Cup at the start of the seasons gave them a springboard to believe that they can overcome us. And I think we missed a trick with putting them, keeping them on the kind of back burner sort of thing. So, attitude application, get the sleeves rolled up. I mean, I know Jaffa's comparing it to St Mirren, and I know it went wrong there, but that was a Premier Division team. Annan's a Division 2 team. So whatever team we select should be more than good enough to put 4-5 past them, surely.
Aye, I don't disagree with you. Jaffa?
Yep, exactly. Alec, I'm with you on that one. We just need to have the right attitude tomorrow from the very off, from the first kick of the ball, get right into them with all the quality and bear no mercy, whether they're a League 2 team or whether they're a Premier League team. Just annihilate them, as Bridge would often say, just mollocate them, and absolutely, get the goals and kill the game, get that third goal very early on, and then we can play some football, and we can start seeing some of the guys, the creative guys, really have a good, because as you say, it breeds that breeds confidence within the team.
Yeah. You shouldn't be short of confidence, Albert. The last two performances, 7 goals, none against.
I mean, they should be high. It should be high, but pitch might be a leveler. Weather might be a leveler. Let's just go on with it and see what happens. But I wouldn't expect them to be in their shell and shrinking and no confident. That should be, as we said earlier on, with the attitude, should just be a given. No, I mean, it's full burners. Whoever's playing, it's the full burners. It's the full lot. And I want this game. Me personally, I want this game done by half time.
Man, I get your rationale. Yeah.
No, I completely agree. You want the game done, put to bed as early as you can, and the big word is you want to show people why Rangers were champions last season. That's the big thing. You want to show these players are capable. Let's be honest, they're up going for a future. You want boys to now show they understand what the club means to the fans and they prove to wear the badge. Again, it comes back to winners. I mean, you look through the teams, with Davis, McGregor and Jack, it comes across, and maybe also Morelos, but they're the only ones that strike me as winners. Which is worrying.
Desire in them. I think Golson, the different types of leaders, I mean, their experience. Yeah, I think you could put Golson and Tav into that. I mean, I know there are bad games and they things and all like, but the consistency is quite impressive. There's different kinds of braveness we need.
Yeah.
But if we start scoring goals, Morelos is consistent, and the other players start scoring goals, we will run away from teams. Jaffa?
That's what it's all about, Ox. It's, it's about getting the maintaining the form of these guys. Morelos looks as though he's got the hunger again. That goal on Wednesday night was a belter. I love it. I love a goal that the ball goes into the roof of the net. I just love it. When you just want to burst the top of the net. And he done that. I thought that was a great goal. It was a great statement goal. The wee man was good on Wednesday night. He was right up for the game. If he plays tomorrow, I think Alfredo Morelos' confidence is high at this moment in time. I think the wee man will score tomorrow, and maybe even get a couple. So it's just about getting the attitude right, Ox. It's all about the attitude, and it's about setting out for the very off, and none of this back into their shell again.
All right, I'll call it across you. We've been joined by Bazza. Evening, Bazza.
Evening, lads.
How you doing, mate?
Not bad, mate. I've not long well done. I just put it on YouTube there, so he's been talking about the game tomorrow for long.
Can I just cut across you? I don't know if somebody's got a vape or something. If you're vaping, could you put your phone on mute? Carry on, Bazza.
He's been talking about the game tomorrow night long. I just thought but get a wee phone up. It was at the Clydebank Nanning game 2 weeks ago at Home Park. I stay local to Clydebank, so me and the dog went along. It was some game. Nanning scored 2 goals in extra time right at the end. It was a bit sickening for the Bankies. But they had a big guy up front, but honestly, that's a plastic pitch at Home Park as well, but Rangers will not have any bother. But the way I'm thinking, if they're talking about starting Ramsey and maybe Hollander tomorrow, I don't think that's a game for it, man. The pitches, being honest with you, look, if you want to, do you know what I mean? It's injury-prone, the pitches. It's just, I wouldn't do it myself, being honest, but then again, obviously, they need minutes in their legs, don't they?
I agree with you about the plastic pitches. I agree with you about the total rationale about playing them on it because of injury. But Albert swayed me with his argument. In you come, Albert.
I agree with you, mate, but they've got to get minutes, and the only time we're going to be able to get the minutes is the game tomorrow. So we need to get them on. I know the pitch, and if I had my choice and we had more time and the games were stretched the further apart, I would definitely say, no, don't play them. I'm the same as you. I don't like these pitches, and people are prone to get injured on them. But that luxury is taken away from us, mate. We just need to get these guys up to speed, and we've got to take the chance and play them. We've got to play them.
They're horrendous, Albert. I was right at the touchline with the dog, and the guy when they let us in because it was that busy, and then he said, "Right, I'll just let you buy the tape because of the dog race." So it was fine. But see when the boys
did your dog enjoy it? Bazza, did your dog enjoy it?
Oh, he loved it, but then he started letting our fireworks. I don't know why they'd done it before the end of the game, and then he started shutting his show, and I was like, "It's extra time." I was like, "I need to take him home now," but then I was like, "You're all right, Rodney," you know what I mean? And then he stayed to the end, go to the train home, but Clydebank were unlucky that day.
Bazza's real name is
Rod the Prod. Rodney.
Baz's real name's Del Boy.
They'd already Clydebank posted the camera guys on everything a couple of weeks ago, and it was me and the dog. So I was like, Jack will be in a Clydebank post. Me and the dog think we would be, you know what I mean? I checked the other day and the week before, but nah, he's a white dogging on. I've got ginger hair. I'm like, I was still stunning at a mile, do you know what I mean?
It's good to hear for you, Dave.
It's good. I've not been listening. It's kind of been a bit busy with work and that now, but I like it 'cause it's on YouTube now. I can just click onto the YouTube. It's good.
At least you got that joke, Jaffa.
I missed it. I didn't hear what you said, Docs.
It's good to hear from you, Dave.
Aye, everything good, aye. I missed that. I'm getting the piss.
He's taking it's fools and horses, mate. That's trigger always calls Rodney.
All right, Dave. No, that all right. I'm too slow tonight.
Wait, is Budgie McGee still the manager at Clydebank?
No, he left a couple of years ago, I think 2-3 years ago. Did that Kieran McInnesby get played with St George? I don't know if he's still there.
Right, okay. And we get you're saying about the plastic pitch, Bazza. Jaffa, you were in the same camp as him, weren't you?
I initially, Baz, I would recommend it. My opinion was that we wouldn't have played Hollander. But in view of the information that Hollander's not in the European squad for next Thursday night against Dortmund, they're going to have to get the big guy some game time. I mean, he's had 20 sessions, and you can have all the sessions you want in the world, Bazza. You need to play football.
He's 6'4", and landing in that surface, it's going to hurt his bones a lot more on it than landing in grass. But his knees in it.
Well, I know, Mary, but the parts are brutal.
He's got injured enough on grass. Maybe suit plastic, you know what I mean? His injury record's not the best playing in grass.
How was it he got injured again? Was it a Tannadice or something?
St Johnstone.
At the start of the season. I thought it was Tannadice or something. Is it not something?
It wasn't even a tackle, Baz. It wasn't even a tackle. He just sort of got caught. I don't know how it happened. It just didn't look to knock it. It just didn't look anything at all.
That's right. Remember in the final against them a couple of years ago, no, he got a bad. There was something in Oculus as well, wasn't it?
That big clown was Edward or whoever. He stood right in his ankle. That was intentional. That one.
He stunned him. I just thought he'd been hurt in the ankle, right? And he was out for ages then, wasn't he? But we missed him, didn't we? He's might not be the fastest, but he's good at reading the game, and he's a bit. Do you know what I mean? He's got that Scandinavian brain about him, hasn't he?
Superb, mate. Superb.
Cheers, Dave. We'll come back to you in a minute. We've been joined by Southside, who's popped into his team meeting. Southside.
All right, Trips, how's it going?
How you doing?
By the way, used to we play Europa League games on a Thursday, right?
Wednesdays. I know, I'm getting away with a Wednesday there. I'm getting ahead of myself. I thought we were back in the Champions League.
People are saying they don't know what day of the week it is anyway, but that's another story. Right?
I've been gone blind this week, Southside.
We know that.
I'll no ask why. Right, I'll give you my team on that. Right.
I'm anxious for this.
Right, McLaughlin, Tav, Golson, Hollander, Bassey, Lundstrom, Sands, Dalio, Ramsey, Kent, Sakala.
Oh. Right. Okay. What about that team, Bazza?
Nah, he's not far off the one I would go with, but McLaughlin, I would give Tav a rest and put Sands right back. We're not going to get attacked. He can play there, can't he? I want to play Hollander. See, I would give Goldson. I want to give everybody a rest that's been playing. Up front, you've got to play Sakala. You've got Roof. Is he going to be good in that surface? Whoever's playing, we're going to win, but I don't know. We don't want any injuries, do we?
No,
that's the big thing, isn't it?
You get injuries, we'll not play them on Thursday in case they get injured.
I still don't think Ramsey not be starting Thursday because we'll not be match fit, will they? But maybe they'll come on.
No, we'll see. Any thoughts, Peter, on Southside's team?
On who, sorry?
The boys just gave his team there. I'll say the boy loosely.
I think it's roughly the same team as what we'd all like to go along with. As I said, it's just going to be a hard one, isn't it? I think we can all roughly say the same team. just got to wait and see what the gaffer puts out tomorrow.
Should be worried about anybody would play. Anybody would play Peter should be better than have to see off Annan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Going to be a hard pitch, I think. No a hard game. No a hard team to play. A hard pitch. That's about it. If anything's been
that's a good shout for Baz with Sands, because that boy, putting him at right back, because that boy's played America. They're full of plastic parts, aren't they?
That's true.
I've seen no right back and centre half as well. He's versatile, I think, isn't he?
I'd quite like to see him at right back myself.
Did you not see that Polish guy, a young Polish boy, maybe play him? I don't know.
I will see. Be interesting to see how it goes on the game. Southside, you've been doing that part before. What size is the pitch, actual playing surface?
I don't know. No, actually, it's totally, but it's small. No, I think the last time we were down there playing, Xander Clark was in goals for them. Anna. Last time we played them. Aye, but it's just a wee part and that is tight and all that narrow. It's just about getting out and getting the goals. Just go out, score, a couple of goals early, and that should be more or less get you through. That's what it's about. So, picked a sort of stronger team. So you want to get the job done. I think it might only be 3 subs in the cup. I'm not sure. I don't think it's 5 anyway.
No, I think it's back to 3, mate, which is mental, isn't it? Every day you're consistent with it, aren't you?
Aye, just get it. By accounts, he said, I never heard his press conference today, but I heard he's just a wee bit earlier. Hollander and Ramsey are definitely playing, so I'm getting Sands game time in the middle of the park. You might even play a 4-1-4-1, something like that, but I was getting Sands game time in beside Lundstrom. Keep Tav as normal, your captain. So, apart from that, they'll be different. I mean, Lowry could come in, like you said, Sands could play right back, but we'll wait and see.
See, sorry to interrupt, the Polish boys, do you remember him at we signed? He's a right back, isn't he? Maybe give him a game tomorrow, I don't know.
Zakowski.
Aye.
Mike Zakowski.
I will say, listen, I'm not worried about who we put out tomorrow. I'm just hoping they get through the game without any incident, Peter.
Aye, it's all about, as I say, it's all about their attitude, how they turn up tomorrow. Rangers, it's up to them to perform and not be their own downfall. So it's up to them. Turn up right, get the game done early, then they can relax and enjoy it and express themselves.
So,
can I
say something? You and Big Stevie are doing there in hospitality tomorrow.
Who's asking? You're asking me, Alex?
Aye, I'm asking you. Aye, a wee whisper going about you two doing in hospitality. A meal. Your own van.
That's a bit personal, Alex. Yeah.
Too much information, Alex.
Big Stevie's looking van.
Is it? There was a rumour. I had to go up and show him how to work. He asked me what he had 2 spoons for. You know, so I had to explain to him. One was for the starter, for his soup, and the other one was for his dessert, you know. So he's worked that out now. But aye, we'll be at the game tomorrow, Alex, aye.
See, he thought his napkin was for cleaning his spoon between courses, but I had to explain to him, you know.
He did say it was the 2 forks for as well. I said, well, some people might take something like the bonbons, haggis bonbons, you know, so you might go into your fork. So you're not going to eat the fork with your soup that you've picked, have you?
No, that's what we get tomorrow.
Don't mention tickets.
I'm not my girl's not going to get one, man. I'm kidding on. I know that'll start a debate.
Don't mention my chairs neither.
No, I'm
Is there anybody in here in my chairs? I don't think anybody's in here. Is a member of my chairs, are they?
No, I'm on my chairs, but
Bazza, calm down, mate.
But I don't get annoyed about it, but I just read about it and follow, and everybody's going to have them up.
No, what I mean is calm down and don't let other people speak.
All right, sorry. I've not been on my way, I forgot that.
I know you're excited, mate. It's Jaffa on a Friday night.
I know, a couple of beers, not sure.
Right. I'm going to go, right? Going to get off.
All right. Thanks for your team, mate. Thanks for your team.
No worries.
Enjoy your trip tomorrow. Enjoy your trip.
Aye, I will.
Take extra napkins.
I think he's got the hamburger vans mapped out the way down. I think they said looking at his sat nav when I left them. Local chefs and all that's been added in.
He stopped at Beatok.
Right, I'll catch you later, guys. All right.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.
See you Southside. Cheers, mate.
You better watch Alex today till stop at Hamilton.
When you see Alex.
Big Stevie's got one of these sat navs. It's no for the speed cameras, it's for the snack vans.
You're Matthew mute.
Oh, I'm there. Well away. I left myself here.
I was doing a bridge. We've also been joined by Alex from Wishaw. Evening, Alex.
Good evening, Oxford, Albert, Jaffa, Alec, everybody else is here. How are you all doing, lads? All right?
Aye, Alec.
Not bad, mate. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. Firstly, I'm not a great lover of you call it the AstroTurf, so I see what happened to Jamie Murphy doing at Kilmarnock, and that was bad enough, but we've just got to go with it. Hollander, we've got to play him. It's the only way around about it to get the guys get minutes in his legs and that. It's not ideal, but we've got to play him. I know he's not in the European squad, but that's what it's about. Ramsey as well, he's got to play and all. So whether it's right or wrong, the conditions in the part and that, we really need option. My team would be McLaughlin, Tavernier, Golston, Hollander, Bassey. I would have Sands, Lundstrom, Ramsey, with Dalio, Morelos, and Fashion Sakala.
Right, mate. It's pretty close to everybody's team. There's the odd one or two differences, but every team's pretty similar. How do you think it'll pan out tomorrow, Alex?
Oh, I hope it's finished by half time, to be quite truthful. This is an athletic we're playing here. And if you get 45 minutes out of Ramsey and Hollander and that, you can utilise the squad. They've got 5 substitutes to bring on that, you know. So I think we'll have the game won by half time. That's how I look at it. No problem, and get it out the road and get ready for the European tie when we get to Dortmund.
Aye. Should turn into a training session tomorrow. Bazza?
They're shocking at the back. They've got 2 wee wingers. I'm no bad, they're a wee bit nippy and a big boy up front, but they're shocking at the back, so we should take at least 5 or 6 off them, I would say, tomorrow, easy, after seeing them against White Bank. Honestly, they looked like junior amateurs. When I was up close to them, I thought, how they get in a game when they were awful at the back.
There you go. Jaffa?
Hopefully Alfredo Morelos ragdolls them then, Bazza. All over the back line. Well, I think the wee man, wee Morelos, he plays in confidence, so it'd be good to keep his confidence high. As I said earlier on, I think he'll make some changes. I don't think he'll make wholesale changes. I think he'll make some changes, but I don't think he'll put too many changes in the lineup. I think he'll still stick with the tried and trusted.
Put it by Gattin up front, maybe put him in tomorrow, because...
Oh, Christ. No, wait a minute. We're ripping. We're going to rip the Michael right out of them. We put Mitten up there. Come on.
He's a tall player up front, aren't they? So a lot of the ball might not be in the deck tomorrow. That's the way I'm thinking, but I don't know. Could be wrong.
It's a bit interesting to see what...
It's not a game for Ruth tomorrow, definitely not.
Rough?
They want him getting injured again, you know what I mean? I would play half a youth team tomorrow if you're allowed to, definitely. Lowry and all that. Play the young boys, King and that.
I can understand you maybe play a couple, but I don't think you can disrespect anybody. Alex, we wish her. And then Peter.
No, you've got to give them the serve. You've got to look up to them and that, do it professionally and that. As I say, if you get 45 minutes out of these guys and you can utilise the squad and that, that's where I'd go with. I'd play Morelos at the beginning as well, get a couple of goals and then take Morelos off and all. And you can move around a bit, bring young Lowry and that on. But the most important thing is to get the game won as quick as possible, and then you can move different people around a bit. But you've got to gain respect. That's the bottom line with these teams, because it's their cup final. Let's be quite truthful. They're going to come out there and have a go at us, and it's up to us to just take the game to them and win the game as quick as possible and get ready, as I say, for the Europa. That's the main one.
Did you manage to get a ticket for Dortmund, Alex?
Well, I get email the other day. There's only 500 tickets in that going. I never apply for it. I know I was talking to one of the young boys this morning. He's flying out on Tuesday and that. There's 10,000 capacity they're having over there. It's an 80,000 capacity stadium. They're 10,000. We've got 500 tickets. So I'm bypassing this one. But I've given confidence we can get a good result out there. But the most important thing is tomorrow, 5:30, get this game, get it to bed, and look forward to Thursday night.
Yeah. What's the score going to be for you, mate? I know it's difficult because we're expecting a few goals.
I think we'll win about 4-0 tomorrow.
All right, okay. And you come, Peter. What was your thoughts on the score?
I think roughly about the same as Alex, 4 or 5-0. It's just what Alex said. You've got to respect this team tomorrow. I don't think you can put too many young boys in. It's not an offence to them, but it's catch-22. If it goes wrong and everybody turns in young boys, or if he plays all your big hitters, that wouldn't have happened.
It's striking there somewhere in the middle and getting it right. All better.
Yeah. That's it, mate. No, I mean, my score is, I'll be disappointed if we don't score at least 6. I'll be really disappointed.
Aye. Well, that sounds reasonable. Jeff?
Same as the lads say, auction about the 4s and the 5s, I would think, tomorrow. Alfredo Morelos getting a couple of goals, and whoever else you want, Diallo or whoever's on whoever the lads are on. But I'd like a few goals tomorrow as well.
Aye, I don't see why we should worry about them. I really don't. AK?
No, 100%. I would say 6 minimum tomorrow. I can see Ramsey getting on the score sheet tomorrow. I think you'll want to make a good impression, and if Alfie starts, he's the man in form now, so let him off the leash again. But I think that Davis starts tomorrow. I think he's going to rest Lundstrom and keep him for Thursday.
2 weeks ago, if you'd have said to an athletic player they'd be playing against Aaron Ramsey, what would they have said to you? Alex Wishaw?
Put a straight jacket on you.
Aye.
That an island? You've got to bang yourself in that. You see him running out onto that track, you're at the game and that. You're thinking to yourself, God, we've got Aaron Ramsey there, man. Unbelievable. Off of Juventus. Albeit he's maybe not been fit, but the presence of the guy just lifts the full stadium. So let's go. Get him on the park tomorrow. And whether he gets 45 minutes or whether he gets 50 minutes, that's what's needed now, because we're going to need the guy. Let's be quite truthful. We're going to need him. These games are come fast and furious. Hollander, it's unfortunate, I know, that we've got to play him. It's not the ideal to put the big guy out there. We know what the surface is like, but it's the only way he's going to get minutes into his legs, so we've no option on it, because we're going to need him as well, because we don't know about how long Balogun's going to do it. It's going to be a big run-in, so we've got to get him up to match fitness as quick as possible.
If he's fit, is Philip Hollander your first choice centre-half with Golson, Alex?
Definitely. He's a class act, Big Orlando. We've done all right there with Bassey. We've covered it 100 times, and he's not a centre half. And he done us a right good turn there. The boys are left back, and that's what he should be playing. And Big Balogun's a good cover there for Hollander. But that's the two main ones. Golston and Hollander for me all day.
Okay, I don't disagree.
I'm going in with pal, okay? You've got enough company now.
You must be tired.
Right, all the best, please.
Cheers,
I'm on duty tonight.
Right. All right.
Cheers,
mate.
The best.
Cheers, Alec.
See you, Alec.
Cheers.
All right, Basil, how do you come?
Hollander, 100%. Him and Goldson's the best partnership, isn't it? I think Barisic will struggle to win us there again, because Bassey, I think's got the shut now unless he gets injured. Baris, after that will come, man. Barisic, just no for me. He's not good at it. He just didn't have the heart, the balls for it. So I was trying to get rid of him as soon as we can when the transfer window opens. But Big Hollander, if he can stay fit, he's not got the speed there like Goldson, but he can read the game good. He's got a brain, hasn't he? He's always like a yard ahead in Scandinavian. I don't know if he's got a better brain or what. Now, people say that in Scandinavians have got like different kind of ways of thinking and all. So maybe you never know. But he always reads things good up, in my opinion, anyway. And I think Big Bassey's going to have a great career. So he's going to get better and better. Bassey's a machine. It gets final ball right, and it just calms down a wee bit when he's in the final third. Then I think Big Bassey could have a great career. Strength to strength, do you know what I mean?
Cheers, Dave. Right.
No bother, Granda. I mean, Uncle Albert.
Uncle Albert. Boise's just left. Right, okay. Right, we're over there. Aye, okay. Aye. Aaron Ramsey. How long's he playing for the tomorrow, Jaffa? 60?
Great if he can get 60 minutes out of Ox. That would be magic. Also, I think a good 45, a really high tempo 45 minutes. Aaron Ramsey doing a bit of damage. Aaron Ramsey doing what Aaron Ramsey's brilliant at, getting beyond the front line and opening them up at the back and racing into speed. That's what he's done his whole career. So for me, a good 45 to 60 minutes from Aaron Ramsey tomorrow would be brilliant for everybody, including Aaron Ramsey.
Okay.
I think an hour will do. I mean, if we get an hour out of him, we're doing well. We're doing really well. And I think no matter what the score is, he'll keep him on for that hour. Helander the exact same. In fact, I might see Helander come off at half time for some mental reason. I don't know. Don't ask me the reason for that, but he might come off at half time and be replaced by maybe Sands.
Interesting. But we'll see what it takes. I'll ask the boys before you come on to join us, but we obviously know the league's the priority. But the Scottish Cup's really important to us, as always, mate. As always.
Scottish Cup.
Aye.
Oh, I would love to win it. Let's be quite truthful. We've been at Hampden. Oh, it's absolutely amazing just in front of the fans. They loved it. We've had some bad times there. League Cup final against them by who played them after the park. And that really was a setback to us all. We should have won it that day. And the one with the Hibs and all the Scottish Cup final. So the fans deserve it. To get us to a final and win it for everybody, call it the support, man, because we're long overdue. We can't keep going every year and missing it. We're built on success, the club, and we need to really address it. The league's a big one. Make no mistake about it. That's the one we want to win. But the cup, let's just get that romantic feeling about it, and we all want to be there.
Yeah. Peter, how you lining up in priorities? Obviously, the league. You want to win the cup. Yeah.
You want to win the double.
Mm-hmm.
As we've said, my fear is one-off games. We just can't seem to do it now. In cup games, as you go, St Mirren last year, St Johnstone last year beat us. So you're hoping this year that we can go at least go out and get that wee bit of fire and go and do the double, because let's be honest, hammed in front of your own fans, played in the cup, it's a magical feeling, and that's what you want again, because that's what a club's built on.
Aye. I think a couple of the games, if I'm being honest, but I think the management have got things right.
I mean, it's definitely. I mean, it's not just the last couple of years. It's been 9, 10 years. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I still say it's the attitude, and the players are too nice. Cup games are about rolling the sleeves up, mate. That's what cup's all about. That's why we teams, when they do it and get a wee bit of luck, they go deep into these competitions. I mean, look at St Johnstone. You can't tell me they were a good team and they won the double. Come on. No, I mean, and that was just pure sheer determination to battle every game, every team they played. We've no got that. That's why somebody just said that we're not very good in the one-off game, but that's the reason why we're not very good in the one-off game. Cup football is different from league football, as we know. You've just got to get lift your game and get tore in. No matter what's happening, you've got to react to what's happening on the day. So you might go behind and you go, we'll keep going, we're not getting in. We go one. I mean, that Hibs in that last semi-final there, they scored 3 goals and we chucked it. We just chucked it. And then Golson comes out and tells you that they chucked it. So that's no cup. That's not a cup team, mate. Cup games are no done till they're done.
All right. Okay. Aye. Okay. But is last weekend, Jaffa showed us that anything still happening in a cup competition down south?
Oh, absolutely, Ox. I mean, just look at some of the games the results that have been turned up just in the FA Cup down in England, and I'll probably have a few results tomorrow in the Scottish Cup, I would suspect. That is cup football. That's why it's the same every year. The romance of it. Why small teams can get the one-off result. Just exactly what Albert said. And I totally agree with that. I think we do need to understand that about cup football. It's all about the day. It's about the weather. It's about the park. It's about the fans, and it's about getting your attitude right. And if you've got the determination to win it and go out and battle to get the result. And I mean, let's not be kidding. We are player for player. We are miles ahead of Van Athletic. But if we get ourselves into a bit of a sticky wicket and we start, down in tools and we start shucking out of challenges and not getting stuck in, then we could have an issue. I hope we don't, but and I don't think we will. I think we're way too good for that.
Yeah.
But as a one-off game, you need to get the attitude right.
I think it's all about attitude, as is life in general. Peter, first time on the show. Hope you've enjoyed it, mate.
Aye, it's been good fun. Thanks for taking the call.
How did you find us, mate? How did you find us?
Aye, these are all good. These all make it easy to speak to.
No, how did you find the show? How did you discover?
It's through Alec Kelly and Andy McIlroy and a few others.
All right, okay. All right. Are you part of that Facebook battalion, are you?
Aye.
All right, okay. Neil up.
Can I butt in for 2 seconds? Sorry. My big mate.
It's not what you to butt in, Bazzer, is it?
No, sorry. It's just it's about Rangers Radio. My big mate for Cumbernauld, he texted me this about a year ago and he went, have you ever heard of this Rangers Radio thing? I mean, I've been listening for about 4 or 5 years, you know me. But I've never told him about it, and he's like, it's on YouTube, you should get a listen after the game, and that's good. I was like, man, it's some boy, man. Do you know what I mean? He just figured out about it on Facebook or something. I was like, you've got a lot to learn, son.
You keep it right, Bazza. Right, Bazza, always great to hear from you, mate. You look at
all right, lads, I'll let you go. All right, troops. Right, good. Get talking again. 8 cheers up.
Cheers. What's up, boy? Hi, Peter. Great to have you on, mate. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll speak to you again soon, mate.
Aye, and hope you all enjoy the game tomorrow and have a good weekend.
You too, mate. Aye, and don't be afraid to give us a call again, mate. All right?
No bother. Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
I think all these people phone in when you're on, Alex Fisher. I think you're the star of this Rangers Radio thing.
No, not at all. Everybody's a star on it. Everyone is credit.
We're all Rangers
I imagine you with that voice. You look like James Bond. Am I far wrong?
Well, don't. Funny you should mention that. There's been photographs of a certain Mr. Alex Wishaw appeared today. Somebody's been found him on Facebook. So you watch what you're saying. He's too handsome to be James Bond. There you go, Alex.
Aye, Alec Kelly contacted me last night on Facebook. That was it. Aye, Alec, bang on. Requested as a friend. No, brand new. Every one of you guys are a credit. We're all Rangers supporters when it comes down to that. So get the love of the club. What was I going to say? I forgot to say last week. What about the Jim Forrest petition? How did they go on with it?
Oh, we're still working with that. We're talking to Jim's family as well, actually, behind the scenes, mate.
Oh, yeah. Great stuff. Great stuff.
Talking to Jim, and we had one of our guys actually was speaking to the family directly with Jim, you know.
Oh, fantastic. Great news.
We're still working on it, and we're trying to make things happen, but we don't want to be too aggressive and do something that Jim doesn't want us to do. There you go.
Oh, there you go. Absolutely. Great. That's great news, also.
Yeah, but also the fact is that he was really, really pleased, and his family were pleased that people still cared about.
Ah, brilliant. What a goal scorer, that fella. Honestly, what a goal scorer.
Good to hear.
It's not forgotten, mate. We'll help you talk and see where it takes us, you know. We've not been pushing it because we didn't want to overstep the mark with individuals, mate, yeah?
Yeah, understand that, yeah. Well done.
Yeah. Right, okay. What time is this kick-off? Let me get it right. So 4:30 or 5:30?
5:30 kick-off.
5:30 kick-off on a Saturday night. Who'd ever thought it? Jaffa?
Crazy. Amazing what they'll do for money, isn't it?
That's schedule. I usually wash my hair at that time on a Saturday.
You're only miss the first 2 minutes then.
Aye, true.
Head and shoulders all been.
That's it, mate.
No, he's better wash and go, man.
It's when. It's no wash and go, it's when.
Right, okay. Give me a shout out, Alex.
I call it to everyone. He's absolutely fantastic show again.
Oh, cheers.
Well, fantastic show, sir. You're a credit every one of you. It's fantastic to be just involved in it, just to come on there and talk about the Rangers. Absolutely love it. And I wish everybody all success, health, and let's get a good Rangers result tomorrow.
Well said, mate.
Over to you, Jaffa.
Yep, same. Just get the attitude right, Ox. Get the battle fever on. Get the sleeves rolled up. Great result for the Teddy Bears tomorrow, and let's roll on to Thursday. And thanks for having me on to another brilliant Rangers radio show. The best Rangers football phone-in this country has ever seen. Tonight.
Over to you, Albert.
Aye, the best show I ever heard. I don't know what his Jaffa's on about scene. What's all that about? But anyway, thanks for having me on, Ox. It was a pleasure working with yourself and Jaffa there. Great conversation again, and the Glasgow Rangers onward and upward. We'll slaughter this mob tomorrow. Slaughter them.
And thanks to you for taking up the cudgel, the GFK, when they make it, and thanks for taking up at short notice. We really appreciate it, mate. Thanks to Jaffa for joining us. All the boys, Alex Kelly, Alex Wishaw, Baza, Shy Baza, don't be known by Dave for no one. Old Davey, and of course Peter, who phoned in for the first time tonight. Great to hear from him, great call, and I hope he enjoyed it. And this has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back at 4:30 with a pre-match show. And for obvious reasons, being Saturday night, it will only be a pre-match show tomorrow because we have got lives. Thanks for listening. Stay safe. Speak to you tomorrow. Take it away, old school boy.
Great show.